Hello everyone and welcome. Have you been wondering what great deals are available for Inside Track Club members at Harbor Freight right now? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in this video. We're going to be looking at the Inside Track Club deals for April 2024 going on right now at Harbor Freight. So if you're an ITC member, and even if you're not, sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Alright guys, glad you could join me again. Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the Inside Track Club deals for April 2024 going on right now at Harbor Freight. And I've collected over 200 different deals in this flyer that we're going to be looking at. And it's at my website so you can see it anytime you like. Under the Extras tab, just head on over to my website. There's a domain right there. Head on over there, click the Extras tab, and then scroll halfway down the page, and you'll find the Inside Track Club deals. First, I put the deals for everybody else, all the different sales that come up for Harbor Freight, and that way you can see all the trending deals that are going on right now at Harbor Freight, and then right below that are the Inside Track Club deals, because they're good for the entire month, so they take up a lot less room. So these guys are in effect right now, whenever you see this video, all the way through the 2nd of May. So you have until 5/2/24 to take advantage of all the deals that are in this video.
Wow.
And we're going to be going through this entire flyer. I'm going to show the entire flyer, all the different coupons that are on here, but I'm not going to talk about each and every single one of them because there's just way too many and too much to talk, so it would take way too long. But if there's something that I missed that I don't cover and you have questions about it, feel free to comment down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about stuff I covered or didn't cover. Either way, I'll be happy to answer your questions. So let's get started on here. Let's take a look at some of these deals and see what is good and what is not. And let's just start off right here looking at the Braun 12,000 lumen linkable LED hanging work light with 360 degree light output for $70. Normally $85, that's 17% off. You know, the reason I point this guy out is because I recently did a review of a balloon light, which basically has this same type of light assembly inside the balloon. The difference is that that one has a big balloon that inflates around it to create a diffuser, which doesn't blind the heck out of you. This guy does blind the heck out of you. 12,000 lumens, imagine just looking in that direction, it would be very blinding. The one that I did comes with a tripod and everything, and you can stand it up, hang it up, do whatever you want with it, but the diffuser helps a lot, so that way it stays cool, it doesn't get burned up, because, 12,000 lumens is going to put out a lot of heat. So that's why you need to keep that air circulating around it. Don't try to put some cover over this light because you'll probably cause yourself some bigger problems. That balloon light video is on my video page. You can go check that out if you want a powerful light with a diffuser that you can use for working just about anywhere. And right here we have the Storehouse 8-inch cable ties 100 pack, $1.39, your choice of black or white, normally $2.29, so that's 39% off. I would say do not buy these right now. If you're getting it later on in the month, then it's okay. But right now, next week, keep in mind, next week is the Spring Black Friday sale. So starting April 8th, you guys, the ITC members, can get in early and start taking advantage of all the different deals that are happening at the Spring Black Friday sale. And these guys, if I remember correctly, are like $1, so you can save yourself 39 more cents. Obviously, if you see this video after the Spring Black Friday sale, then go ahead. Then you can take advantage of it, unless you wait until the dollar days. A lot of times for the dollar days, these go down for $1 again. So it's one of those catch-22. If you keep an eye on my videos, I'll tell you exactly when you can get them even cheaper than this, unless you need them in an emergency right now. You need some cable ties to hold a bumper onto your car or something like that. Then you need to buy them, and then you got to do what you got to do, right? All right, then we go. The Predator 8750 watt inverter generator with CO Secure technology for $1,100 right now, normally $1,200. That's $100 off. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do believe this guy may be on the Spring Black Friday sale also. So check that out first. Like I said, that flyer is also right here on my website under the Extras tab. Or the video for that I made a couple of weeks ago is also on my channel page. You can go check that out and see all the commentary on all the different tools, what's good, what's not, and that way you stay informed. But if you want to look at some generators, they do have like 4 or 5 different generators on the Spring Black Friday sale, so check that out first before you make a decision which one to buy. And let's see here, how about we have the Bauer 12.5 amp 23 pound SDS Max type demolition hammer for $250 right now. Normally $350, that's $100 off. And let's see what else. How about this guy, the Hercules 2.4 amp orbital 1/4 sheet sander with soft start. $30 right now, normally 40. That's 25% off. And I can't remember exactly right now, but I do believe this one is also on the Spring Black Friday sale. So check that out. That way you know exactly what's going on. And also one thing to point out, if you want to stay informed every time a great sale comes out, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button right now before you forget. And that way you stay informed every single time I produce one of these money-saving videos for Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Amazon, Lowe's, or any other great place that I can find to save you guys some money, because staying informed is what it's all about. I'm here to help you save money and stay afloat in this crazy economy that we're living in right now. So let's move on. More savings from Harbor Freight. And this jack right here, I think, is also on the Spring Black Friday sale. Not sure, but you can find out just checking out the other flyer. Here we go, the Pittsburgh 2.5-ton low-profile aluminum racing floor jack with rapid pump, $180 right now, normally $220. That's $40 off. And here we have the Pittsburgh 20-ton hydraulic battle jack for $40, normally $60. That's 33% off. And you know, one thing I'll mention about these guys is that it's a perfectly good jack. It does the job. I have Harbor Freight jacks, I have the Pittsburgh jacks, and they're perfectly fine to do the job. The only thing I hate about them is the two-piece handle that is not a locking handle. It is very floppy, it falls apart, it's very difficult to work with. I don't really suggest it. I suggest the ones from Vevor. I have their bottle jack and floor jack as well, and I think it is a much better design because it's the same bottle jack, but it has a three-piece locking handle, which makes it a whole lot safer and easier to use, and it's about the same price. So before you make a determination on this guy, check out the other one at Vevor and see which one you prefer. And let's see here. How about right here from US General, the magnetic cup holder, available in 4 colors, black, red, green, or blue for $8, normally $12. That's 33% off. When you're working in your shop, you can put your soda pop in there, you can put your adult beverage, whatever it is that you're into. And there you go. And how about right here, we have the Bauer 12 amp 115 mile per hour 805 CFM electric jet fan blower for $55, normally $75. That's 26% off. And one thing to point out, guys, is that this is a corded unit. You have to plug this guy in. I suggest, for safety reasons, I don't like things that are corded when you have to be moving around your shop and doing stuff, because it's very easy to get tangled up and fall down and hurt yourself. For this kind of thing, for a blower, either get a gas-powered or get a battery-powered one. It is so much smarter, and it only costs a few dollars more. You can probably get a battery-operated one for like $80, $90. So it's only a few bucks more, and it's a lot safer and much more convenient. I don't like cords. I think they're a big hassle and kind of dangerous as well, especially in a shop environment. And let's see here. Let's move on. How about from Fortress? You have the 2-gallon, 135 PSI ultra quiet hand carry job site air compressor for $170, normally $190. That's $20 off right now. You know, one thing I notice about these guys is that they go on sale all the time, but most of the time it's only like 10 or $20 off. They really don't give you a lot of savings on these Fortress air compressors. So unfortunately, a lot of times, if applicable, you may want to wait until there's like a non-exclusion coupon or something like that, and you may be able to get even better savings instead of the regular super coupons or the Inside Track Club deals. And let's see, how about right here we have the Icon Anti-Slip Grip Professional Combination Wrench Set, 14 pieces for $100 right now, normally $130. SAE or metric, your choice, save yourself $30 right now. Or here we have the Bauer 10 amp deep cut variable speed bandsaw for $100, normally $120. That's $20 off. Blade sold separately. You know, I have this guy, I have done a review on it a little while back, a couple years ago, and time seems to fly very quickly sometimes, doesn't it? The cheapest I have seen this guy go down to is $86, but do keep in mind, you have to buy the blade separately. It is not included. I had to do that as well. So that's about another $15 you got to put on top of that for the blade. I don't know why Harbor Freight does that, but they do. It's one of those things where you just got to pay more for the stuff like blades and so forth. And here you go with the Bauer 4-inch by 36-inch belt 6-inch disc sander for $90, normally $120. That's $30 you save yourself. And here you have the Vulcan MIG Max 215 industrial welder with 120 240 volt input for $780, normally $900. That's 120 bucks you save. You know, they do not have any Vulcan welders or plasma cutters or any of that coming up for the Spring Black Friday sale. So any Vulcan deals that you see here, you're perfectly free to take advantage of them because they will not be on sale next week. And let's see, how about here? You need a coupler set. Here you go from Merlin, the color-coded coupler and plug set, 14 pieces for 15 bucks. That's about $1 a piece. Normally 20 bucks. You have industrial or automotive design, whichever one you prefer. And let's see here. Well, that's not a bad little thing right there from Chicago Electric. Your 187-pound capacity gas welding cart for 70 bucks, normally 75, only 6% off. Not much of a savings. And here you have the 14-ounce brake clean non-chlorinated brake parts cleaner for 5 bucks. You know, these guys have gotten super expensive over the past couple of years. It used to be like 99 cents. You could get this stuff like at Walmart and so forth. Now it's up to 5, 6 bucks. There you go, normally 7 bucks, so it's 28% off right now if you want to get this at Harbor Freight. And here you have an angle grinder from Bauer, the 15 amp 7-inch trigger grip angle grinder with a 180-degree rotating body. 75 bucks right now, normally 90. That's 16% off. Grinding wheels sold separately. That's standard. Everything with Harbor Freight, there's always something sold separately. And here we have the Power Pro, if you want to get it from Harbor Freight. The Power Pro 319 FTC circuit tester, 150 bucks right now, normally 180. That's 30 bucks you save yourself. And let's see here. How about one of these Thunderbolt Solar 12-volt 35 amp hour sealed lead acid batteries for 60 bucks, normally 77. That's 22% off. And here you have the Bauer electric chainsaw, the 14.5 amp, 16-inch electric chainsaw for 65 bucks, normally 80. That's 18% off. Now, I've never reviewed this one. I've reviewed the one from Portland, but I had one of you guys comment the other day that you had the Bauer chainsaw, and I don't know, you didn't specify if it was this one, the corded version, or the battery version, but you said you didn't like it and you got rid of it and got a different one in its place. If you're watching this video, you remember that comment, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know which one it was that you had, which Bauer chainsaw you had that you disliked so much that you had to get rid of it. It's interesting for the rest of us to know. And here we go with the Atlas 80-volt 4 amp hour and 40-volt 8 amp hour extreme performance lithium-ion battery for 230 bucks right now. Normally 250, that's 20 bucks off. And this is one battery, 2 voltages, so it'll work on either the 80 or the 40-volt tools. Either one, you can get that battery. And here you have a charger for that battery as well. Again, a dual voltage charger. 40 or 80 volt dual voltage standard battery charger for 40 bucks, normally 50, that's 20% off. And here you go with some painter's tape from Stick Tech, the 60 yards by 1.88 inches painter's tape for 5 bucks, normally 7 bucks, that's 28% off. This is something that also used to be super inexpensive, like 2 bucks. Now it's gone up to like 5 or 7 bucks. It's like crazy expensive. And here we go if you're looking for an inexpensive compound miter saw from Warrior, the 7 1/4 inch single bevel compound miter saw for 80 bucks, normally 100 bucks, that's 20 bucks you save. Keep in mind this is a 7 1/4, not your typical 10 or 12 inch compound miter saw. So it's good for moldings and stuff like that. You're not going to cut really big chunks of lumber with this guy. And if you're looking for a little swivel vise, here you go from Central Machinery, 4-inch swivel vise with anvil for 30 bucks, normally 40, that's 25% off. And let's see, what do we have? How about from Daytona, your favorite brand? Here you go, the 350-pound capacity premium adjustable headrest creeper for 60 bucks, normally 85, that's 29% off. And this little cart right here, I have this guy. I find it to be very, very useful for a lot of different things. The Franklin 24x36 folding platform truck for 50 bucks, normally 60 bucks. That's 16% off. Very convenient little truck. This handle folds down, has a little thing right here, a little bar that you press with your foot and then just press it down and it compacts itself. Takes up very little room. You can fold it up against a wall somewhere like I do. And it's very convenient. It's kind of soft on the bottom. Take care of it. Don't drop things in the middle. Don't abuse it, and you'll be very happy with it. If you think you're going to put a lot of heavy stuff on there, get yourself a piece of plywood, cut it to the shape of the blue mat, glue it down, bolt it down, whatever, and that'll certainly reinforce it, and it'll last you a good long time. And let's see here. How about this guy right here? The Braun 7000 lumens 2-foot linkable motion sensing LED hanging shop light for 30 bucks, normally 40. That's 25% off. This is kind of convenient if you have this in your shop and you don't want to have to mess around with the switch, or the switch is kind of far away from you, inconvenient to be able to get at it when you walk into your shop. One of these guys is very cool because you can leave it powered on all the time, and then that when you walk into the shop, it turns itself on because it senses your motion. When you leave, it turns off. You don't need to worry about it. So if your shop is not easily accessible next to the door, you may want to look at one of these guys. And let's see here. Here we go. Well, here's another vise. Here you go from Central Machinery, a 5-inch vise. If 4 wasn't enough for you, here you have a 5er. There you go. Swivel vise with handle, 50 bucks right now, normally 60. That's 16% off. And what else do we have here? How about, these bags are not bad. From Bauer, the 24-inch tool bag with 16 pockets for 25 bucks. Not bad at all. Normal price, 35 bucks, so that's 28% off. Again, I've seen these at the store. They look like fairly well-built bags. So if you have a lot of tools and stuff you want to put in the bag, 25 bucks is not much to pay for that. And here you have this guy from Bauer, the 5.8 amp 4.5 inch compact circular saw for 50 bucks, normally 65. That's 23% off. Blade sold separately, of course it is. And by the way, I have one of these guys and I've done a review. It's from a different company. It's not a Bauer. But one thing I would point out, if you get yourself one of these guys, always use both hands. Be careful with it. It's kind of tricky. It's not like your typical full-size circular saw like this. It does the same job and it's very convenient for small spaces, but being smaller and lighter, if you do it with one hand, it has more of a propensity for kickback. So be sure to always use both hands. That way you have less chance of a kickback. These guys, the full size, are bigger and heavier, so if it kicks back, it tends to not be so bad because it is bigger and heavier, so it stays more put than the other one will. This guy, it'll literally kick it back and hit you in the chest if you're not careful. So be very careful with these guys when you're using them. Here you go with the full-size one from Hercules, 17 amp, 7.25 inch circular saw for 90 bucks, normally 100. That's only 10 bucks off. And if you want to get a fancy vise from Doyle, here you go from 4.5 inch. If you don't like the 4, you don't like the 5, here's one right smack in the middle. 4.5 inch swivel vise with anvil and pipe jaws for 120 bucks. Normally 130, so that's 10 bucks off. Not much of a savings. And here we go. How about here you have the Bauer 12-inch variable speed drill press with laser adjustment, 250 bucks, normally 300. That's 50 bucks off. And I'm still looking around. I may do a review of one of these guys from a different brand or something like that. So I know some of you guys have asked me for these and I'm still looking for it. It's like so many different things to review. I just can't do it all at once. But in the near future, I may come across one of these guys and get them for you to do a review from a different company. And here we go with a different compressor from Fortress. Here we have the 5-gallon 225 PSI high-performance wheeled job site air compressor, 290 bucks, normally 300. That's only 10 bucks off. You see the trend here, folks? You see how it's only like 10, 20 bucks off? These guys, they don't drop them much at all. So it's really kind of hard to save money on these guys. They generally stay very close to whatever their going price is. Let's see here. How about if you need a little toolbox? Here you go from Voyager, 19-inch toolbox with top tray for only 10 bucks. Normally 13 bucks. That's 23% off. Or here's a way to save yourself some money by not getting these parts. There you go. Right here you have the Niagara 32-ounce professional spray bottle 2-pack for 4 bucks. Normally 6 bucks. That's 33% off. I've never understood why anybody would buy an empty bottle when these things are plentiful. You know what I do to save yourself some money, save yourself 4 bucks? You're always going to buy some kind of cleanser, right? Like Windex or some bathroom cleaner or something like that. It comes in a bottle, right? When you use it up, when the Windex bottle is done, rinse it out and then use it as a spray bottle. Save yourself 4 bucks. I do that all the time. Whenever my wife buys these different bottles of cleansers and stuff and they're used up, I tell her, don't throw it away. Give it to me. I will clean it. I will store it away. And when I need it, I pull it out and use it for whatever I need. So there you go. Save yourself some money by not buying that particular product. Let's see here. And this guy here, the Hercules 20-volt cordless variable speed grease gun tool only, of course it is, for 100 bucks, normally 140 bucks, so you save yourself 40 bucks. So this guy does not come with the battery or the charger. And you know what? I already have another grease gun that I got from a different company that I'm going to do a review on real soon, because I decided not to get this one because it's too pricey, or the Bauer one. And looking at these more closely at the store and stuff, these guys are really huge. They're monsters. They're so big, it's kind of hard to get them into compact, tight areas. Even though it has a long wand to it, long whip, whatever you want to call it, still, you got to get close to whatever it is that you're working on. So I kind of felt these guys are too big, so I got one that's more compact. And that video will be coming up real soon. You guys asked for it previously, so I got it, and I will be reviewing it for you very, very soon. Yeah, let's go here. What else do we have? Oh, here we got this guy. The 14-inch 3300 psi surface cleaner for gas or electric pressure washers for $40. Normally $50, that's 20% off. Well, typical Harbor Freight, they're selling you the bottom part that you use for cleaning the surface with a concrete, brick, whatever you're going to clean. But this is the bottom part. How do you hold it up? You attach it to your wand? Yeah, you can do that, but most wands are not long enough to be very convenient for using this kind of stuff. I did a review about a year or so back of a different one that came with this bottom part and a long wand and hoses and everything, and it was under $100. So I would say look for one of those instead, because you're already at $40, right? So why not spend like $80 or something like that and get one that brings you the longer wand, the hoses, the attachments, all sorts of different things to it, which is much more convenient, and you'll be much happier when you're doing a long project like a deck or a slab or something like that, and it won't break your back bending over because the wand is too short. So just keep that in mind. And let's see, what else do we have? And same as this guy here, the Bauer 8-inch belt grinder and belt sander for $150. Normally $170, that's $20 off. Not much of a savings. I mentioned before, this is one thing also, this type of design, this type of machine that I've been looking at, maybe possibly doing a review. If you guys want me to do a review of a bench grinder with a belt sander attached, comment down below, let me know, and I will add that to my list of different things that you guys want to review, and I'll be sure to check it out and pick one for you. Same as this guy here, I have one of these guys. Actually, I have the old version before it became the Bauer, when it used to be Chicago Electric, and it's the 6 amp 3-inch high-speed electric cutoff tool for $25. Normally $35, that's 28% off. It's kind of like a sideways angle grinder. Very convenient for cutting metal, wood, all sorts of different things. You can change the blade on it. You can even put a bigger blade if you take the guard off. Now, obviously, that's a warning right there, a caveat. Be careful. If you do put a larger blade on it, it may spin a little differently and it will be more dangerous because it has no guard on it. So only do that if you feel comfortable enough doing it. I've done it. I've done many projects that way, but you have to be super duper extra careful so you don't hurt yourself. That's fair warning. Don't do it if you're afraid you might get hurt. And here you have from Doyle the 4-inch low-profile drill press vise for $50. Normally $60, that's 16% off. Or this guy here, the oil filter pliers for only $4. Now these guys I can definitely recommend. I bought a set of these, 3, 4, 5 years ago. I can't remember, but I have them, and I only paid about $4, something like that. At Harbor Freight, the Pittsburgh, they're a lot cheaper than at Walmart or O'Reilly, something like that. Normally they're $8, so that's 50% off right now. But they do go on sale quite often for everybody else as well for around $4. But if you go to Walmart, they're like $13, $14. You go to O'Reilly's, they're almost $30. So for $4, that is a major savings right there. And they can come in really, really handy when you have a stuck filter that you can't get off. These guys work really well because they slide and adjust and you can get a good solid grip on the filter. And I've done it. I've needed it a couple of times and it does come in handy. So there you go. And here you go. If you need a camouflage utility cover, so you're going to cover something up so nobody can find it, there you go, from Franklin, 72-inch by 80-inch camouflage utility cover for $10. Normally $12. That's 16% off. And let's see, these guys here, the Bauer Black Oxide Step Drill Bit Set, 3 pieces for $15. Normally $19, that's 21% off. You know, guys, these are high-speed steel drill bits. They're not anything special. It's still the same metal, but it has a black oxide coating, which will wear off after a couple of uses. So don't think that they're anything really special and pay more. Get the high-speed steel drill bit set. It's a few dollars cheaper, and it's the same thing. This black oxide coating will wear off after just 2 or 3 uses. So don't count it being there for a long time. It's not black oxide metal. It's just a coating. So let's see, what else do we have here? Let's move along. How about this guy right here, the Icon 2100 lumens LED rechargeable magnetic 77-inch extendable underhood floodlight for $70. There you go. Very convenient. Normally $90. That's 22% off. I haven't tested this guy, but I have some guys that have commented that they have it and they like it, so it seems to work just fine. There you go if you want to check that out. And here you have from Drummond a condensate pump for $50, normally $60. That's 16% off. For you guys that may not know what a condensate pump is for, this is basically a little guy that sits inside your house right next to your air conditioning unit. This is a real easy repair that you can do for yourself if you ever have a problem with water leaking inside where your air conditioner is. Inside where your furnace is, on the inside of your house, not the outside unit, on the inside of your house, that is where the coils are for the furnace and for the air conditioner. They create humidity condensation, and that drips down into the condensate pump, and that generally pumps it out somewhere to get rid of it. If you start having some leakage, some water dripping, any of that kind of stuff, check this guy out first. If it's bad, hey, you can get it yourself. You don't need to call a plumber, electrician, any of that kind of stuff, because these guys just plug right into the wall. So it's unplug the old one, move it out, put this one in, plug it in, and you're done. So you save yourself a lot of money. And let's see here. How about, there you go, the Central Pneumatic 4-ounce adjustable detail air spray gun for $10, normally $15. That's 33% off. Let's see, how about this guy right here? From Bunker Hill Security, the 2150 lumen dual head hardwired LED security light for $30, normally $40. That's 25% off. You know, there's nothing wrong with this. If you want to put up a security light and stuff, perfectly fine. 2100 lumens is a good amount of lighting, so that's perfectly fine. What I wanted to mention, though, is that I recently did a review of a 3000 lumens floodlight security camera that is hardwired just like this, and it has 3 big lights on top of it just like this as well. So if you're going to be spending $30, I think that light was only around $80-90. Why not spend a few bucks more, and instead of having a floodlight all by itself, get a security camera and a floodlight both built into one and stick it on the same socket on the wall that you're going to have this guy in. That would be a lot smarter way to go, wouldn't it? Take care of recording with the security camera and the floodlights all at the same time, and you can control it with a free app to turn on the lights and stuff when you wanted to, or it's also motion activated. So keep that in mind. It's a lot easier instead of having 2 things one next to the other. Let's see here. What do we have here? Moving on to some hard cap gel knee pads for $7. There you go. $11 normally, 36% off. Or how about this guy right here? If you have some plumbing problems, from Drill Master, 15-foot drill power drain auger for $10. Normally $12. That's 16% off. Drill sold separately. Of course it is. If you have any kind of plumbing problems and so forth, and you don't want to spend a huge amount of money for a plumber, you can take care of it yourself. Get yourself one of these for $10, and you can clean out your sink, your laundry, any of that kind of stuff very easily all by yourself. Here's another generator from Predator, the 4550 watt inverter generator. I do believe this one is on sale during the Spring Black Friday sale, and it's cheaper than this, so you may want to check that out. But right now, or if you see this video after the Spring Black Friday sale, you can get it for $600, normally $680. So that's $80 you save yourself. And the wheel kit is sold separately, and it tells you right there the different ones that are available. And for California, you have a different one. Isn't that special? So there you go. And this guy also, I believe, is on sale. The U.S. General 27x22 roll cab in 8 different colors: red, blue, black, green, white, orange, yellow, and gray. $350 right now, normally $400. Save yourself $50. This guy, I'm pretty sure, is also on the Spring Black Friday sale. So check out the other flyer. That way you know for sure, is this a good price, or do you want to wait until next week? And this guy here, the Portland 42cc 18-inch gas-powered chainsaw for $160, normally $180. That's $20 you save. And also, I like to point out that this guy is basically a rebranded Pull & Pro. So you can always check Tractor Supply, Walmart, places like that. They sell the Pull & Pro, and you might be able to get it a little cheaper. Maybe not. I don't know. Prices change all the time. I'm just pointing out, if you get a Pull & Pro, it's the same as this guy. If you can get it cheaper somewhere else, check that out first before you commit to this guy. And let's see here, what else do we have? Well, here you have an abrasive cutoff saw from Hercules, 15 amp, 4.3 horsepower, 14 incher for $160. Normally $190, that's $30 off. Or here you have another Fortress compressor. Wow, a lot of them in one flyer. The 1 gallon 135 psi ultra quiet hand carry job site air compressor, $130, normally $160. Wow, you get to save $30 on this guy. That's a big savings. Not too bad. There you go. And here you go. If you want a different cutoff saw, if the Hercules was too expensive, you can get the Bauer. It's still 15 amp, just 3.8 horsepower, still 14 incher for $120. Normally $150. That's $30 you save yourself. And there's another drill press right there from Central Machinery, cheaper than the Bauer one. Only $370 for a 17 incher with 16 speeds. Normally $400. That's $30 you save. All right, guys, so here we are at the end of the video. That's all the coupons that we have this time for the Inside Track Club people at Harbor Freight for April 2024. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.